What's going on, everybody? Dogman down here. Warframe, of course, because even though I posted a lot of very opinionated things, recent bugs and disappointments in the Spectres of the Rail update, which is nothing new for me. I post this stuff all the time, along with good things. I'd like to go ahead and focus on some of the positives that have also been noted now. I think I've gotten most of the negative crap out of my bloodstream for now. We'll see. I'm sure other stuff will come up, but it's stuff I had to say. I mean, you have to say it. You have to address the issues, because if you don't address the issues at the point, then it doesn't get resolved down the road. Nothing gets resolved. Let's just all say everything is pretty all the time and not admit to things that are wrong. And if we don't admit to the wrong, then we don't get things fixed, do we? No. So you got to take the good with the bad. Sometimes you're not going to like what I'm doing. Sometimes you are. It is what it is. Anyway, okay, void fissures, this whole void system change, there was actually some really good positives to it as well. On a side note, with one of these hot fixes, I managed to get my upgraded relics back as a bug. I did report it, blah blah blah. I did get them put back, so I was actually able to use those upgraded relics that I had before that I had lost. That's a good thing. What's really positive about the way this system works now is the fact that I can use, you know, whatever one I want to use on whatever level fissure I want. I can go solo. Obviously, as a solo, it's going to be more challenging, which is always good. But you don't get as much of a possibility for a good reward. I mean, you can run a upgraded relic and definitely increase your chances. But you'd increase your chances more running in a group, of course, because now not only does pretty much everybody run a relic, which means it's an opportunity to get one of 4 different items at the end of the screen, and you can choose from any of the items on the screen that you'd like to take, which is a great option in terms of that. So everybody gets something different. Hey, look, there's something I've been wanting, but this guy has it. I can get a copy of it as well. It doesn't take away from that person, but I can get a copy of it as well. What else is good here is that you know that you're not pretty much going to fail. You're not going to fail a fissure when you've got a group of people. So, I mean, obviously when you're with your clan or you're with your alliance members and everybody's working together, all things are good. You've probably all got the same relics running because you're all looking for the same part. You're going to really increase your chance on that particular item that you're looking for. Now, the other good part of this is still running in a public group. Okay, now granted, I had one on here, which is the top level Axie Fissures, and we had a point where it was a host migration, then it ended up making me the host, which was a good thing, because the other guy dropped out, and yeah. But, again, at the end of it all, I get to choose what I want in the rewards, and I can pub the missions, which means that if I'm on my screen and I'm in public mode, and I choose a fissure to run, the game will try to matchmake me with other people running that same exact fissure, and boom, now we've got a public match, and you can run in and do your thing. You know, before with the old void system, the only way to invite people, obviously, you know, your clan, or to go into, you know, chat and try to set up a group, and then everybody do, you know, the key sharing thing. And then there was the problems with everybody key sharing, and oh, you know, 3 of us key shared and 1 guy left and didn't use his keys. That wasn't fair. You got to do something about it. And I think that's kind of part of the change that they made here, is you can elect to go into a fissure and not use a relic, but if that's the case, then you don't get the reward at the end. You can collect the reactant pieces or whatever. You can collect all that stuff, but you won't actually get a chance at the actual reward. And that's how they resolve the key sharing thing. And I think that's actually on the light side of it. That's a good thing, a good way to do it, because now I don't have to worry about it. I'm using my key, and at a very minimum, I'm gonna get a guaranteed reward. You don't want to use yours? That's fine. Don't use yours. Don't. Then you collect your void traces. That's what it is. and be as it may, you just don't get a part. So, I mean, with that, you know, that's a positive all the way around. I still don't really think that this is the way I enjoy the new setup. Like, it's okay, 3 minutes is fine. 3 minutes when you're solo is great. It's a nice challenge, 3 minutes solo. When you get into a group, 3 minutes is really nothing. Not overly challenging, even at the highest level. But you can definitely get through quicker and essentially run your complete missions, depending on what the missions are. Of course, if it's like a survival or defense mission, which they are out there, and they're still, you know, 10, 20 minutes, give or take, then it's going to take you a little bit longer. But most of the missions are pretty quick, that you're in and out fairly quick, so you're able to get through, and essentially you could potentially farm quicker, even though the grind is still there, because you eventually, once all your keys that you got on the transfer over are used up, you've got to be back to farming all those keys again in regular endless missions on the planets. And the farm can be pretty long and tedious, but it is what it is. I mean, that's really no different than how you farmed your keys before, to be honest. It just seems a little bit more tedious now than what it did. But nonetheless, I have a whole bunch of these keys in all the categories that I'm all good with. So, yeah, I mean, that's a positive, a definite positive to this update to the Void system. You know, not everything is negative. Like I said, not everything is negative, but I have to speak on both ends of this, because the only way things get addressed is if you open your mouth and you say something. Whether you agree with me or not, it is what it is. Don't agree with me on the last Vandal video, that's fine. But the amount of comments and commentary that has gone on in between that'll eventually get back to DE regarding the issue, that's the important part. The almost 50-50 split between yes and no, that's the important part. That's the part that gets seen. That's the part that gets noticed. This is the community. This is where we're vocal. You can call me toxic all you want, but what I basically do is I bring it out in all of everybody. I bring out my point, you speak your points, and it gets heard. That's what matters. To me, speaking my point on the forums, it never gets heard. It's lost. It's long gone. Nobody ever sees it. You know, or if you make one wrong statement, or you say one wrong word in the wrong context, it's taken away. You could potentially get banned for that just because somebody reported you. Here, that's not really how that works. Anyway, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. That is for sure, or at least I am, like it or not. But yeah, definitely some positives inside the Void system with new changes as well. So, you know, props up for some of those changes that they made in that respect. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.